Okay, so for whatever reason, I have a ton of anxiety today and I don't feel like doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So instead, we're going to be installing something on the Supra. Today, we're going to be installing the GR strut tower brace on the Supra. I don't actually know how to do it. I'm just going to kind of wing it and figure it out from there. But once again, like the intake on the 8.6, if you've installed one strut tower brace, you've kind of done them all. So it's not really a hard process. I did look at some people's installs and they seem pretty similar to installs that I've done in the past. So I'm just going to go with what I know. And if I need help from anything, I'll just look online or something. But let's take a look at what comes inside of the box. So this is the GR strut brace from Toyota. There it is right there, and I'll leave the part number, so if you want to shop that, you can do that. I don't expect this to really do anything in terms of performance. Once again, for me, it's kind of just like a dress-up thing for the engine bay. Hopefully it does something, but once again, I don't think it does. I got it for a really good deal. It was like 40% off, like $200 something, so I couldn't pass it up. So let's take a look what's inside the box. Here is the first piece, which is the front piece with the GR logo on it. And then one of the side pieces right here. One of the red side pieces. On it. The other red side piece. And then the hardware kit to put everything together. So I'm assuming this is going to use the factory hardware that's in the car already, and this hardware is to put the strut tower bar together. So there is a factory strut tower bar that you have to take out. So I'm going to first put this together, and then we're going to take apart the strut tower bar that's inside of the car, then replace it and button it all up. I think we're just going to get everything like hand tight right now. Here's the centerpiece. Crack this open. And the reason why you would want it to be hand tight is because it's a three-piece design, and when you go to install, you need a little bit of flex in the system to get it all buttoned in. The little flange side is going to be the upside, and I'm going to take a washer, get it onto the bolt. Shit. Oh no. I was hoping it didn't fall through the cracks of my flooring. So, washer goes on. It's gonna go through. I'm gonna put it through the top. Take the nut, put it on the other side. I don't think orientation of this bolt matters that much. It's designed to be a little bit wobbly. So there's that side. I mean, I guess when I tighten it up, that flex is gonna go away. So I tried putting the bolt through the bottom side, and you just can't get it on that way. Just because there's not enough clearance next to this opening. So you have to do it with the bolt facing the front of the car. It's kind of hand tight for now, and voila, that's the strut tower bar. Now we got to work on the engine bay and take off that strut tower bar and put this guy on. Here's the bone stock engine bay of my 2024 GR Supra. So stock mounting point on the strut. And then once again, these acorn nuts are going to be reused to figure out what to use to take them off and then replace them. So we're going to figure that out right now. Yeah, I got to clean my engine bay. It's looking kind of dusty in here. Okay, so we got to find a socket to fit. No, I want to say I know it's an 11 random, but then again, it is a German car, and I am used to Japanese cars. That wasn't too bad. It came off pretty easily. Not bad at all. Ooh. These are some long bolts. Okay, radiator side bolt is out. That is what it looks like. And then one factory strut brace is gone. Loosen. Okay, so now we line everything up as it should be. So we got it like right around where we want it. And now that, because there's a little bit of flex, it's gonna allow to adjust it a little bit easier. So right now I'm just gonna like kind of place the bolts where they need to be and then tighten everything up. Yeah, be careful when you reinsert the bolts to go nice and easy. Get them in by hand and then tighten, because you don't want to strip any of them, obviously. That's just a big pain in the ass. So I think you can get this strut tower bar. I mean, you can order your car with it or come with your car. I think it comes with the final edition one as stock. It looks very similar to the Blitz one from what I've seen. Okay, so this is what it's like, kind of lightly placed in. There's a little bit of play right now, which is going to go away after obviously we tighten everything, and then from there I'm going to tighten these bolts and make sure that they, oh man, I just scratched this thing, damn it. But yeah, I'm going to tighten these ones afterwards, or tighten them more. So I will have to torque these down. So right now I'm just getting them into place really. Okay, so now I've tightened it all up with just my normal ratchet. Now we're gonna torque everything down. The strut side is gonna be 43 foot-pounds, and then the radiator side is gonna be 29. Okay, so strut bar is on, and I'm just gonna now tighten these. I'm not gonna tighten them too tight. I'm just gonna tighten them enough so that they're not like wobbly. Okay, I think that's as tight as I want it. Now I'm gonna clean up the engine bay and we'll do some final shots. Okay, so really quick spin to see if I notice any kind of difference after installing the strut tower bar. And to be 100% honest with you, I don't think I've had the car long enough to know if there would be a difference. I think the Supra handles amazing out of the box, and I just run it in like the comfort settings, and I still think it runs. It handles amazing. I don't think it's going to change that too much. The one thing that I will say about the Supra is that it kind of wants to wander a little bit on the highway. Like the slightest little turn or undulation of the steering wheel makes it want to move a lot, which is a good thing, but can also make you look like a drunk man if you're just cruising on the freeway. But I think for the price that I paid for the strut bar, it was totally worth it. The install took maybe an hour. I think probably less than an hour. It was a very quick install. Makes the engine bay look a lot nicer. The stock strut tower bars are actually really ugly. It's just like they just kind of look out of place, like they're not even supposed to be there. Yeah, maybe feels like a little bit of a sharper turn in, maybe a touch more responsive, but that could just be, or could very well be, a placebo. But like I said, to dress up the engine bay, which is really what I bought it for, and get rid of those like stock strut tower bars, I think totally worth the money, totally worth the effort, and I have no regrets paying, I mean, the $300-ish, not even $300 for them, and I would definitely do it again. So that's it for the strut tower bar install. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, helps out a lot. Got to grow this channel so I can pay for the cars, or help pay for the cars a little bit. And I will catch you guys in the next video. And this car is so dope. I love this car. I love this car.